Hello. We have a different host with us today. His name is Will. You might know him. He's very important. Without him, none of us would exist.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. He is father to all. Look at that hair.
I guess.
So, how you been this week, Will? Good week?
It's been all right. Ups and
right.
downs. But hopefully going up from here.
Yeah. I came from my goddaughter's birthday party. She turned one last week, but like her party was today where it was like, 2 other babies there because of COVID. But the presents we got her, Amanda picked out a bunch of clothes, right? They're all hits. Like my sister loved it. Like, this is going to be so cute. I love it. And I picked out some toys.
Yeah.
She opens the first toy, and my sister's like, oh, now she has 2 of these. And I'm like, come on. I'm like, okay, but second toy is going to be a winner, because we just got Dev and her dad a gaming PC, so it was kind of funny because it's like the kid's controller.
Yeah.
And she pulls it out, and my sister's like, oh, no, she has 2 of these. I'm like, no, no, it's not fair. So that was my Saturday. How are y'all doing? How's y'all's Saturday? Is it better than getting toys that have been in front of your face because you visit these people at least once a week for the past year?
Well, they were all just copying you.
They're all just copying me? They copying my future self?
Yep.
Well, all right. I'll take that. I will take that. So, we have a good bit of stuff to talk about today. Some exciting stuff from both me and Will. I mean, we like each other's stuff too, but like obviously we're passionate about one thing a piece, really. Well, that's not fair to say. But still, there's definitely things that I'm more excited than others, and he's more excited than me. So, without further ado, I've seen a lot of y'all coming in for Malifaux games. I do have, I was able to get some of those little door prizes I was talking about made by Will, funny enough. He was the special person that said I was going to try to get to commission him, and we were just working on design. So come get your practice games in. And, before we actually start, like, the league that affects, like, the narrative timeline that is Mac's brain, his noodle. So we have that, and then we have this coming out, which I really want to make this into a Malifaux board, like myself. I just have to figure out how many pieces it would take. So the Warlock tiles have been coming out with some awesome stuff. They're coming out with a new tile, not just, like, higher walls or anything. It's the town square. Oh. And I just think that's, like, a perfect Malifaux place, and it's all the same scale. And the lamppost that you see is part of one of their terrain kits. They're coming out with 6 different themed kits, like that have pre-painted terrain you can just scatter around your battlefield.
That's awesome.
And I really want to get like a bunch of those just to make some really thematic fields, because that's one of my favorite part of miniature games is the fact that you're playing not on just a table. Like you totally can, but it really says something when your terrain is kind of up to par with the theme. Because don't get me wrong, I use 40k ruins for everything, but some Malifaux terrain would be nice.
Yeah. The Warlock tiles are just great. I've got a few of them. I haven't been like one of the big buyers of all of it, but the bits that I have are awesome. I've got the summoning circle. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, no, I've seen it in action.
Yeah.
Eli got one and took it out and showed it to me.
Yeah.
Very
I got
cool.
that. As soon as I got that, I did the same thing. Opened it up and was like, all right, what does this one look like? What does this one look like? And just trying to figure out just how each one of them looked and what the right tile would be for each of the different settings.
Sorry, I'm trying to get... Okay, my comments weren't appearing. Okay, that was like everyone's joining. Let's see. Wait, no Mac. No, Mac is not here today, unfortunately. New Mac again. There's also, what was it? Battlefield in a Box.
Yeah.
Has made more terrain, ice terrain specifically. Mm-hmm. So that's looking really cool, like for some of the like Euripides and December crew. And Warlock tiles. I remember my first interaction with a Warlock tile when they first came in, of course, because Mac opened it up and just he started playing with it.
Sure.
And he's like, this is the demo copy. I'm like, Mac, they didn't give us a demo copy.
It is now.
So he puts it together. I'm like, I'm trying to do this. And like the clips were like, the old clips were like super tough. So I'm doing it, and like I hear a snap all of a sudden. And I'm thinking, did I just break the Warlock tile? No, that was my nail. the little clip went through my nail. I'm like, I just got weak nails.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, because like I'm always afraid of like not manhandling something like and breaking it. Just like I just am really clumsy with
putting
my stuff.
Too much pressure.
Yeah, no, I just like all my stuff. Like, if you ever even, like, see me deal with, like, my Magic deck stuff, I'm just like, you're like, all right, we're going to shuffle now. I'm not going to bin the cards. But, no, they were durable. And then, you know, they got through Max. So, I mean,
Yeah.
they made it out the other side. We're pretty okay. That one's still on display at the store, so he made it. But the first big thing, besides that we want to talk about, this is the last week to pre-order Kaldheim. That's the new Magic set, of course. Everything's Norse mythology, Viking, the World Serpent, all of it.
Snow.
Did the World Serpent make an entrance here?
It did.
Is he one of them? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I thought so. And Will has some pretty nifty things to talk about.
So,
just tell me when you want me to press it.
if you do not want to see spoilers,
Oh, yeah. Please pause or
please close your eyes, shut your ears, look away now. We're gonna show off 3 cards that have been spoiled over the week. They're wrapping up spoilers now, and they have been spectacular. Some of them have been duds, of course, but there have just been some really, really strong cards. So again, spoiler warning, story spoiler warning, of course, for the first card.
Yeah, definitely.
And I guess the last card, too. But you've been warned. Here we go.
All right, so before we put the first one, I just want to say this card was the first iteration of this card was in Standard when I started playing Magic. And they were my favorite cards as the 2 people who I played Commander with last. The creature type is definitely one of my favorites. And of course it is your boy, Vorniclex.
Yeah, so...
He's a Praetor, and he's so pretty. Look at him.
Oh, he's
angry.
Very, very good. So, 6 mana, gets you a 6/6.
Got it.
Straight on curve.
Pays for himself out the gate.
Right. How about having trample?
I like it. It's
about-
green. It should have trample.
What about haste?
That's good for green.
Yeah.
Usually red, but good for green. I like him.
6/6.
He's aggressive.
Pay 6.
Yeah. And
Trampling 6/6.
He does his stuff right away.
Yeah. Well, there's also an extra brick of text there. So,
There's a lot of text. I can't even read that from me. The computer's too far away.
So that first brick of text, you know what doubling season is?
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
It's like a mediocre card, probably 3 cents.
It's all right.
Yeah.
So
they made this like fancy one, and it went for like $80.
he's kind of got the same ability as doubling season. So doubling season says that anytime a permanent enters the battlefield under your control with any kind of counters on it, you enter it with double.
Yes.
It enters with double. Anytime you use an activated ability or an ability in general that adds counters, you add double.
Copy that.
Okay? So Vorniclex does the same thing.
I like it.
Anything that enters, it enters with double. Anything that gets counters, gets double. The big difference, though, is the way that they phrased it.
Okay.
So, doubling season is only doubling off of abilities, entering the battlefield, nothing else. Vorniclex says anytime you put a counter on something, you put 2 times as many.
Oh, so it's just no matter how the counter gets there, it's doubled.
Yep.
Okay.
So, if you use... So, the biggest example is a Planeswalker.
Yes.
Planeswalker enters the battlefield with whatever loyalty, right? Doubling season and Vorniclex says it enters with 2 times as many.
Yes.
When you use the plus ability of a Planeswalker, that's adding the loyalty on there is technically the cost of it.
Okay.
So doubling season won't double that. Vorniclex does.
Vorniclex does. Okay.
Because you're putting the counters on him.
So now here's my question.
Yeah.
So this is always a confusing thing for me with like any kind of doubling effects.
Yeah.
So say something enters the battlefield with 2 loyalty counters. Say I think Tybalt did that. Avacyn Restored Tybalt.
Yeah.
Enter with 2. So Vorniclex is out. He will enter with 4.
Yeah.
If not Parallel Lives, if Doubling Season does, he'll enter with 4.
Yeah.
But if they're both out, does he enter with 6 or 8? Does it double then double, or just add quantity of 2 doubles, essentially?
It enters doubled, and as it's entering, it's doubled. So it's doubled.
So it'll be 8.
I believe so.
So it'll be cubed, essentially.
I believe it's 8.
Okay.
There is some instances where those things get tricky, and a big one is when damage is done.
Yeah.
When you're doubling damage and things like that.
Yeah, doubling damage. It's like, are you going to double damage? I'm going to turbo fog and just spore frog.
Yeah.
No damage is done.
And a lot of it is, it's weird because there's one card that when it deals damage, it deals, if another card's out, it'll deal an extra 2 damage because it's this type, but if it's also this type of a creature, it's going to deal an extra X amount of damage on top of it. Those weirdness to it, you'll either get damage as of there's 2 possible ways of that damage. It could either be 6 or it could be 8 on that damage, but your opponent gets to decide how much damage they want to take. If they want to take 6 or 8. So I'm not 100% sure on the ruling with it, but going quickly off of it, I'd probably say it's 8.
Okay.
But the other big thing with Vornaclex, because he's got a second brick of text. His second brick says anytime counters are put onto a permanent your opponent controls, they get half.
Oh, that's
rounded
nasty.
down. Planeswalkers enter with half. You go to put a +1/+1 counter on something, it gets 0. It doesn't get that +1/+1 counter. +1 abilities become 0 abilities.
So if we were to put out a Vornaclex on our side and we had, say, Atraxa on the other side, that's just bad news bears for the Atraxa? Okay.
Yeah, Atraxa just doesn't get to...
It just doesn't get to do its stuff. Doesn't get to proliferate.
The really cool thing with this card, too, is that it's going to be getting, I believe, 3 different arts of it.
Oh shit!
You're gonna get You're gonna get this art.
Yes, I love this. I love this art.
And then you're gonna get.
I'm assuming an extended art.
There's going to be an extended art. Kind of. It's the Phyrexian art.
Oh.
So you're getting the Viking
really cool.
Viking arts, which is all like the banding and Viking-esque. This card specifically gets its own different version of that. And then you remember the Elesh Norn special version with the Phyrexian writing?
Yes.
Yeah, you can get one like that.
How?
I'm not sure,
Is
but
it,
I need it.
I think if it's going to be in the collector's pack, that already sold me on one. Oh god, Wizards, why?
So, extremely good card.
Yeah.
Let's move on to another
Extremely good card?
Extremely good card.
All right. Look at that handsome man. He's covering my face now. Can't see
So,
me.
this is Finn, and so poison counters. Back in standard.
Yeah, that's... A lot of people are probably upset about that one.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like poison.
2 mana, 1/3. He's got Death Touch.
Okay.
And his text says, whenever a creature with Death Touch deals damage to an opponent, they get 2 poison counters.
2 poison counters.
2 poison counters per creature that deals damage to your opponent. So they still have to deal the damage.
Yes.
So most Death Touch creatures are...
if you give them a double strike, though, that's almost already half their poison health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you give them Trample.
Trample, yeah.
Trample and Death Touch, because Death Touch with Trample means they only have to deal 1 point of damage to a creature. And then
it goes through. Yeah, that's right, huh?
So with him out, if you have a, I don't know, Moss Viper, 1 mana, 1/1 Death Touch, turn 2, you play this. You swing in with the Viper. Your opponent might not have anything to block with. It's 2 poison counters.
Yep.
Next turn, you kill whatever creature they've put in the way. You swing with Finn and the Moss Viper. That's 6 poison counters.
And of course, the Vampire Nighthawk you put out for your 3-drop.
Yeah. It's going to be gross.
Yeah, no, he is going to be disgusting.
The only downside, of course, is that it's Death Touch tribal. It has to be Death Touch tribal. Most Death Touch creatures...
If it was less restricted, I'd be concerned.
Yeah. Death Touch creatures are normally very, very small in the power.
They're babies.
Yeah.
It's because, like when you're a wasp, you're not a big guy. You're just, made of pure evil and there to sting people.
Now, granted, we do get, every couple of sets, we do get a really powerful Death Touch creature. We do have Questing Beast.
He does have Death Touch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now all you have to do is just give him Trample.
That's not that hard, though, with that card from M21. The Garruk's, tribal. It's a 4-drop. All your guys have Trample. You draw cards when your guys are big.
Yep.
It's that's really not hard.
Now, if there was a card that just says all your creatures get Death Touch in Standard, that's when I would be concerned.
Yeah. Just Death Touch Anthem. Death Touch Anthem.
Yeah. Now, in Commander, I feel like this is going to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to build a Death Touch tribal deck.
It's going to be goofy.
Yeah, it's going to be straight up goofy.
But in Commander, there's just so many ways to, put it down also.
Yeah.
Standard is just like, if you're not fast enough, sorry.
Yep. So
that's going to be, you think it's going to be a top tier?
I think...
Because of the speed?
I think he's going to be a fun tier.
Fun tier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think people
that
are
good
going to...
jank that we like to play at the shop?
Yep. I think people are going to be afraid of it, and then it dies to removal. It dies to a lot of removal in Standard right now. A lot of 1-costed removal and 2-costed removal.
There's nothing like a little bit of murder.
Murder, Bloodlord's Thirst, Bloodchief's Thirst.
Okay.
1 mana, kill a thing that costs 2. Bye.
It is too, yeah.
Yeah. But, so, those cards I'm really...
Circle of Protection. Can't stop me.
Those cards I'm really high on for Standard. At least for Power in Vornaclex's position and for Finn in the fun. This card I was not high on at all.
Was not?
No. This one coming up, it just... It was weird. It's goofy. And then I thought outside of Standard and outside of Commander and went, oh no.
It's like, wait a minute.
Oh no. And I saw a YouTube video out there that kind of went into more depth on it. But we've got a Tybalt card because, spoiler, Tybalt's back.
Yep. So Tybalt was around when I went to my first pre-release, Avacyn Restored pre-release, and I actually pulled him from there. And I recently, of course, I got rid of my collection since then. So I went to, I found a pack. I got 2 single packs of Avacyn Restored just like on a whim, like probably a month ago.
Yeah.
Pulled Tybalt out of it. I was like, oh, okay, well this was nice. But explain this card because it is a wall of text.
So Red now has a counterspell.
I love it.
So you pay for Tybalt. It's a 2 mana, 1 to red, counter target spell.
Is it a period after that?
Yes.
It's just period.
You counter target spell.
Okay.
Then you choose randomly 1, 2, or 3.
All right.
And you mill that many cards.
I mill?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the controller of the spell, or no, whoever you're countering spell. So if I'm countering your spell,
yes,
you're going to mill 1, 2, or 3.
I'm going to mill 1, 2, or 3.
And then you're going to reveal cards off the top of your library until you reveal a non-land permanent, I believe.
Yeah.
And then you're going to play it. You're going to cast it.
So you're going to cast it from my deck.
No, you're going to
I get to cast it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I was like, this card's not great. Because I'm letting you get something else.
Well, you might pop out a Artisan of Kozilek accidentally, you know.
Now, I was like, this card's not great. But then I started thinking in Modern.
Yes.
All right? And I saw this video about it, and it's... it's dumb. It's
dumb?
Really dumb. So, what's legal in Modern right now? The Eldrazi.
Yeah, the Eldrazi.
The big 3. All 3, or all 2 versions of all the big 3 of the Eldrazi's. The other big thing is Cascade. Okay?
Yep.
So you put your deck with the only 2-drop slot is Tybalt's Trickery. Okay? The rest of your deck is all 3-drop Cascade instants and sorceries.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you've put in the big 3.
So
I'm gonna cast a Cascade card.
I see where you're going with it.
I'm gonna cast the 3-drop card.
You're upsetting me.
And then I'm gonna Cascade into Tybalt, countering my own spell. And then I'm gonna reveal cards until I reveal a non-land permanent. Hey, look! Here's my 13/13 Emrakul. And it's a cast trigger. So all of the things that have cast triggers, like Emrakul, that says take an extra turn because you cast it.
That's right. Because you're not cheating it on. You're actually casting it.
You're actually casting it. And so, Modern, watch out.
Yeah.
Here comes a new fun jank combo deck.
Here comes a meme.
So, yeah. I think it's going to be a really fun and stupid combo card in Modern, and I can't wait.
So here's my question.
Yeah.
Going back to Vornaclex.
Yeah.
Are the other Praetors going to be in it?
I was crossing my fingers that we would get, because most of the 2 of the Praetors are dead.
Yes.
And
that was Jin and
no, Red, the red one.
No, that's not Jin. Jin's the blue.
Jin's the blue. So it's
the red. I never played him, so I don't know his name.
Yeah, the red.
I played
one,
Jin Gataxis though.
The red one and
Shieldred's dead,
And-
even though she's a reanimator. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Elish Norn got a little upset with her, so
Yeah, Elish Norn killed both of them. Well, killed the red one. I think the red one's kind of...
just scampered off.
Yeah. And now
That's kind of what he did.
Elish Norn now controls not only the white, but the black, and now the red. So
Phyrexian mana, yeah.
controls all three of those Phyrexian armies.
Yeah.
Jin-Gitaxias and Vornaclex are still loyal to her. Spoiler season's almost done. We haven't seen anything else.
I really want to see a triple color Elish Norn. Like, that'd be so cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
New commander, I would immediately simp for
And-
Elish Norn.
The big thing, like, story-wise for me is, how did they get here?
Yeah, no, that is huge because they were stuck.
Yeah.
That was the whole point.
Yep.
Karn was liberated so they couldn't escape.
So I'm really interested to see where they go with the story with this. And because Ashiok knows about the Phyrexians.
Yeah, that's where Theros left off, right?
And he knows about them from...
You think they had something to do with it?
Maybe.
They're not in this set, so...
They're not in the set. The biggest thing that I've been seeing is that Tezzeret's still around. Tezzeret has the
I thought Tezzeret got nuked.
He got nuked, and then his arm blew up, and he ran away.
Oh, fair enough.
And then when he got chased down...
Dude, if my arm blew up, I'd be out of there, too.
He got chased down by Rawl,
Yeet.
and he was able to beat Rawl and scamper off again. And but he still has control over the planar bridge. So he can open up doorways between different planes. So then it becomes...
So he's one that can bring people with him, right?
No, that's Kaya. Kaya can...
No, yeah, because he's got his dog.
Yeah. Well, that's the other one, but he's got like a device he made that was how War of the Spark happened. He opened a portal that led from Amonkhet to Ravnica and let all of the Eternals come through.
Not good.
No. So, we don't know. And I'm really excited to see where it goes. But
Alright.
that's just a few of the new cards coming, so be sure that you get your pre-orders in while you can. I feel like this set's going to go real quick.
Yeah, thankfully it's one that's in standard, so they're going to print it for a while. But those the collector's boxes,
Yeah.
the fact that there's Thor's hammer on the front of it, it's going to be gone.
Yep.
Like it's going to be just like Commander Legends. We ordered our allocation, we got our full allocation. It was sold out within 30 minutes.
Yep.
And then we got recently one box in. After all this time of waiting, we got one box. It went on the shelf, and I think it lasted 2 days.
Yeah.
Maybe. And it was mostly because it was just like the people who saw it were like,
I need it.
if it's Friday, if it's here Friday, I'll get it.
Yep.
Because I mean, let's be real, that's how I live my life, you know.
Yep.
So it's just like someone came by the other night and just was like, "Oh,
This is mine now.
I have these lovely 36 etched foils."
Yeah. And that's what this set's going to do the same thing. Is that
Yeah.
it's just going to...
It's just
People
gonna-
are going to want the cool Viking art, the cool extended art.
Yeah, Magic as it is already. So like every card game I've ever played, they've all been. I've never played like a bad card game. Really, I won't really put anybody in like a box like that. But Magic always gets me to come back based on like the cards are just so dang cool.
Yep.
And that was before collector's packs.
Yep.
And so now they're making the cards so dang cooler.
Yep.
And it's like, I need you to stop like trying to take, like I'm saving up money. I don't even know what it's for yet, but I'm trying. It's just not happening. But so moving on, we have another swath of new releases.
Yeah.
These are up for pre-order now, and they will be coming in this next coming week. And you might have heard of him. He's sick. He's ill, the illest. He does sick tricks on his skateboard. It's the Death Guard. It's Mortarion.
Yeah.
Mortarion's model. He doesn't have wings anymore. He just has a giant skateboard. That is online, though. Please Google that. Someone painstakingly put Mortarion on a skateboard.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I wish I could have found that for the stream. I would have featured that. But so they are getting their new codex. They already have 7 new rules. Disgustingly Resilient is not going away. Some people said it was. Some people are like, yeah, they're getting rid of it. I'm like, BS, they're getting rid of it. It's like their whole shtick. Now, Disgustingly Resilient is great, but I think Mortarion has his own Morbidly Resilient. I think that's what it is. So he's getting buffs. He has 3 Warlord traits now.
Yep.
Yeah, he's going to see... Well, the thing is, he already saw so much table play.
Yep.
He's going to see more.
Yep.
It's bad. But what's really cool is this new guy, the Lord of Virulence. I really like the design that they don't like his power. It's like a power fist claw.
Yeah.
It's kind of both. He's in, of course, old school Cataphractii Terminator armor, and then he has a Blight Spewer, and he is an elite. The Blight Spewers are usually only available in regular Plague Marine units, and don't worry, there's nothing wrong with a regular Plague Marine, but it's just nice to be able to kind of house a Plague Spewer wherever you want.
Right.
Because they are cool models. They are good, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
I was gifted a Plague Marine box, and now it's just like, well, they're here. I need to buy them. And then my girlfriend's looking at me like, you need to do what?
You need more?
So we got him. We have actually I put this in. I'm gonna leave a little blank space here. I'm gonna go over some other stuff first before I get to the real juicy stuff. So Poxwalkers are in their own box finally. Instead of just the 6 easy to build, they're actually a full-fledged plastic kit.
Yeah.
$35 for 10 of them, which not bad for. Oh, and they also got a bump in toughness.
Yeah.
So they used to be strength 3, toughness 3. And then Typhus would come around and be like, oh, hey, guys, you're a little bit stronger now. So they'd be like real boys at strength 4, toughness 4.
Yeah.
Now they're strength 4, toughness 4, and Typhus says you're toughness 5 now. As tough as a Plague Marine.
Yeah.
But they cost 10 points instead of 21.
I think there's also some kind of a restriction on them because I was seeing a lot of people going, oh, I can't Poxwalker bomb anymore.
Well, you can't do them in 30s anymore.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. They're only allowing up to 20, which is, I mean, still very handsome unit size.
Yeah.
Like 20, like putting 20 bullets into toughness 5 and like, you know, after the disgusting really resilient, which makes them shed a wound if they roll the right number. Mm-hmm. Like just, you know, imagine if you do all this work and this guy's just like, oh, I rolled a 5, so that doesn't count. Well, my rules protect. No. This is a different rule. That doesn't count. Doesn't count. You're just like, okay, Dad.
Man.
So those guys are cool. I'm glad they put them in their own box. And speaking
Yes.
of putting them in a box, boy, did they put them in a box.
Oh.
Combat Patrol is 30 of them, which, you know, of course, you're thinking to yourself, like, well, why is it 30 if you go over 2 squads of 15? Phenomenal.
Yep.
For a 500-point list, you get Typhus in this box. You get a named character in this box. So that's awesome. That is not the usual.
Yeah.
None of the other Combat Patrols have a named character, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-mm. And then also, I crunched the numbers on this. You save, so you have a 55% saving from this box.
Jesus.
Because the Poxwalkers buy them, this is a $140 box, and the Poxwalkers by themselves are $105 for 3 boxes of 10. Wow. Then you get a $40 Typhus.
Yeah. And
then you get a unit of Plague Marines.
Yeah.
And then you get the Virulent Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Who is $35.
Wow.
It's good.
That's really
like
good.
This, like GW is not, like, no offense if you're watching this GW, I doubt it, but no offense, you're not known for generosity. I had to click away to my lovely Horus Heresy Alfarius book to protect it from the scalpers at 12:01 p.m. today.
Yeah.
But then, they released it in England first, and I'm part of like their like private group thing. They were mad. The Siege of Terra book went instantly, and they already saw it on eBay. And I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, that's happening everywhere, man. Scalpers are getting the best of us.
Yep.
But then we got something really cool, and a lot of y'all might be like, oh, it's not as cool because it's like, you know, not like a person. But I'm barely a person, so like I gotta think this is cool. This is the Miasmic Malignifier. It's a terrain piece.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the tree, but it is specifically for 40k. It is 2 pieces of terrain on a base that you can, if you bring both of them to your battle, they have a connecting pipe you can use for them.
Oh.
And essentially, it is exactly what it sounds like. It just pumps out a cloud of gross. Just like Typhus does, just like Marine. They're all surrounded by a cloud of ew.
So it's just extra ill.
Extra ew. Yeah, no, they get they're all their like gross, like the psychic powers are stronger near it, and I believe what was it? Their miasmic pestilence or blight pestilence is extended range when they're near it. So like if you like playing, like, you know, you want to hold an objective, you can deploy this on the battlefield before the game starts, and you're probably going to hold that objective realistically. I'd be hard pressed to see you if you didn't. So those are just the new GW releases this week. Of course, they're going to have data cards with it. No dice with the Death Guard, which was kind of odd because they've been doing dice with everything. Oh, Raymond said the Tony Hawk of Warhammer. for what's his name? I almost called him Magnus. He would have came out of that screen at me. Mortarion. So those are those guys, and we're just going to say, all right, Death Guard, you've had your time. Boop, 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 boop. All right. So next is so in April, Mac told me about this game that he loved, and he had a early release copy of it that he didn't have it. His friend had it. They played it. You might have I don't know if you were here around. How long have you been living here, Will? It's been like 5 years, 6 years,
4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
So when I was younger, I was in high school. So this was like 2010.
Okay.
There's a restaurant. There's 2 Chinese restaurants called Fong's.
Yeah.
And Young's Garden.
Okay.
Did you hear about this? Do you know what happened between those 2?
I do.
Yeah. With one of them started a fire.
Yep.
So one of them started a fire. The other one, it was of course, I'm not any kind of legal person, but it was the woman's name was May, and that was Aunt May. I grew up there. Like, my dad worked at that restaurant like for a long time, and I was there a lot. So it was Aunt May, and we always used to joke that Aunt May set fire. Totally did. But that brings us to our game, rival restaurants.
Oh.
So you can literally do that in this game.
I can set fire to your restaurant.
You can sabotage other restaurants. That is exactly what it is. It is all about, you send a health inspector to them, you sabotage their deliveries. It's all of it, dude. It is a gorgeous game. I've seen all the components where we finally got it in the store, and we have the Kickstarter exclusive stuff because we backed them really hard because Mac was really into the game. We did their full package. So we have a pack of sleeves to cover the entire game.
Okay.
We have the bento box to fit inside the game to organize everything.
That's awesome.
And the expansion, we got the early release and the expansion as well.
Awesome.
So, no, this is really cool. And Mac, of course, really leans into his heritage. He's like, I always play the Asian restaurant. Everything's clean. I just want to have a clean shop. And everyone comes and messes with me. It's like, Mac, because it's called rival restaurants. You can't play Switzerland in this game. It does not exist. This is not villainous. But no, this one's a really cool one, and I hope some of y'all come down and see it. We have it on the little featured rack by Armada on the right when you enter rival restaurants is in your face. And it was just I think it was in April. Well, no, it wasn't in April because it was in April because he borrowed it from his friend, and we just played in the shop when we were still closed for COVID.
Yeah.
So it was just a nice relaxing day. We took a day off from when we were entering products every day, and kind of just hung out.
Uh-huh.
We get to do that every now and again. We also had Cinco de Mayo. We had margaritas. And kind of hung out that day too. It was good. Yeah. I think we went to it was Nacho Mama's. Last time I had Nacho Mama's. It was good stuff. They are closed down, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So Rival Restaurants is really cool, and I really think if y'all like the what is it called? Can I say it on the air? I think it's it contains the F word, the F your neighbor style game.
Oh yeah.
It's like the shoot your neighbor is the actual what it's called. But if you like the shoot your neighbor style games, this one's one that your goal in life is to ruin the person's next to you's time. And it's okay because they're trying to do it too. So there's literally no Switzerland in this game. You win by destroying others, not by doing well yourself. Did I miss anything? Fong's was one of the best Chinese. Dude, Fong's every day. Dude, so good. Yeah, Miss May. Let's see. Missed some. It's not updating on my phone. It's so annoying. Only place where I can get duck. Yeah, no, they had a really good duck. Yeah. They got them straight from the park a few doors down. I'm totally kidding. No, they actually had
He's not.
soup. They had they were super clean and stuff just because I was there all the time and I was a little kid and I probably would have said something because I was observant. I was one of those kids that's just that's the way that is, and it's Mom, I was please stop. Please. All right, so next we have something really cool. This is something I've been curious about for a little while. X-Men House of X. I am no longer a HeroClix player, but I still love HeroClix. I think it's great. I love doing drafts. I just don't have the room to have that many models is my thing.
Yeah.
And I'm already into so many other games, so I don't play. But I love when the guys come down and play, and I always like I'm still up to date with like the rules and stuff. So this one says cool. This is the first set of the new size. They scaled up all the models to make the paint jobs better, and the sculpts are supposed to be more unique. It's not just everyone who has an energy beam is doing like this with their hands. They all like, depending on the attitude of the character, it's like, they're being aggressive, they're being passive, shielding themselves. So that is what that's what I read for WizKids. So I would like you to open this and tell me what you think compared to your HeroClix days.
All right, so are we going to get Old Man Phoenix?
Oh, show them on the screen. That thing is so cool. Old Man Phoenix. I loved the Logan movie. I cried, and he got the Phoenix Force, and he wouldn't have died. I'm so happy. If you get that, though, like, it's going to be bad, because me and Will, the screen's going to go black, and you're just going to hear punching. And, like, it'll pan back on. It's like Zach's just on the ground. Shit beat out of him.
And the reason for that is, for all of you that don't know, I used to play HeroClix as well, and I think I have either second to Mac or in the biggest, I think I own all of the Phoenix Force.
All the Phoenixes. Every
single Phoenix Force, any kind of model that had the Phoenix Force keyword, I had it.
He recently acquired one of his last Phoenixes from this like really nice guy. You might have heard of him. It's me.
Alright.
The Phoenix Force.
We got it open.
The old Kenner City Bar. God, Ray knows about the ducks. Oh my god.
Alright. You ready?
Let's get it. Alright, let's do... Oh wow, these do look good. Oh, you got the Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
People are going nuts over him. Oh my gosh. Let's pop a few of these bad boys out. Like, let's them look at them. I'm already in love. I don't need to play this game again.
Oh, Psylocke.
If you want to show off Psylocke, I'll get the rest of them out.
It's definitely bigger.
Yeah, a lot bigger. Wow. There's this HeroClix is named after my personality.
Old gold balls.
Egg. This is Egg, guys.
That's gold balls.
Gold balls. Look, he's got a bit of a tum-tum on him, too. We're just a match made in heaven, me and this gentleman.
We got Beast.
Alright. Doglog. Oh, for anyone who's interested in buying this was the last pack out of the brick, so I didn't ruin the chances by pulling, like, one of the nice rares. Oh, wait, this isn't Nightcrawler. I just I saw purple and then saw red. This is Cardinal. Nightcrawler's still out there, fellas.
Oh, but we got the best one right here. We got Douglock. Douglock from the New Mutants. That's when, after Doug died, and then Warlock brought him back. And now they're fused together.
Oh, God.
Yep.
All right. And then, the rare for the pack, Cardinal. This guy definitely... He looks like Nightcrawler, right? Like, he's got the tail and everything. I don't know who this character is. But...
Is that Nightcrawler's dad?
Check him out. These sculpts are really great. Like, I'm pleasantly surprised. I like the fact that they're bigger. I love the Beast. Like, oh wow. Y'all won't be able to pick this up on the screen, but I'm doing a check right now.
Their faces look good.
All of their eyes are in the right place.
Yeah.
That if you play HeroClix, you know their eyes are not in the right place. So their eyes are in the right place, and you can see the whites of the eyes as well as the pupils. It looks like they're using decals, actually. For the eyebrows and the eyes. You see on Cardinal? How it has that shine to it?
Oh, maybe.
That's actually really smart. A decal is much easier to put in mass than trying to paint those eyes. Because, I mean, if you've seen some of the HeroClix from back in the day, the eyes are like here and like looking in different directions. That's why I don't paint eyes on my miniatures. Straight up.
Douglock got
House of X #1.
9. I got 8. 8 clicks.
Oh God, he's deep for being. How many points is he?
60.
Oh, I mean he's a very straightforward dial.
Yeah.
Oh
All he does is punch.
All you do is punch.
You stand there, take hits, and punch.
Actually, also traded shape change.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out Cardinal because he's got.
He steals powers.
Oh yeah, because he's got the
Yeah.
techno organism,
Oh, that's so cool. He steals powers when he shape changes.
and they all have this the team ability now too.
Oh yeah, they put the team abilities on the cards.
Yeah,
I love
that's awesome.
Because when I played, like for the first 6 months I played, I didn't know team abilities were a thing.
Yeah, me neither.
I just thought it was a cool symbol. Like this guy's on the X-Men.
Yeah, that's what I thought too for the longest time until Shri came in and was like, "Here, you need this." And I was looking at it and I went, "What is all this?" And
Shri has done that for everyone who plays any game that he plays. Here, you need this.
I was like, "I don't even know what this means. What is this?" And Shri's like, "This is how you should be playing. All you do is you play theme teams, and you're not using even their team abilities." And I'm
what
like,
are you doing?
Oh no.
Oh, so there are several Phoenix Force in this set. That's cool. I did not know there were more than Logan.
I know. And now
we got to buy some bricks.
a darn game.
Yeah, right.
Cardinals.
Ooh, so Charles, who are the other Phoenix Force? Because I really want to know. I haven't looked
Yeah.
at the set.
I need to.
It's okay, I'll wait.
I need to know this. I need to know this.
Well, you know, so if me and Will are going to go and have this on a case, he can have the Logan, and I'll have one of the characters I like if we get him. Oh, and are they all the chases?
Oh God.
Wolverine and the X-Men, Part 2.
Yeah.
Did you get the Cyclops? The big one for the AVX?
I think that's the one I'm missing. The only one I'm missing, and Mac won't budge on it. Mac won't budge on it.
You know what that means?
What's that?
We go to his house.
Oh, okay.
I know where he lives. Walk right in. Frankie loves me. Frankie's like, oh, you got me. You're the one that started Matt getting the good food. Let's see. My phone is not updating comments.
Cardinal's interesting because he's got two different dials.
All right. Rachel Gray. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's super cool.
I've got two of the Rachel Gray Phoenix ones.
Yeah, I'd definitely go in just for Rachel Gray. That's awesome. All right. Well, let's see.
This is awesome. I don't want to do it again, but this is cool.
Right. All right. Well, we have a lovely We actually our next segment is we had a lovely guest this week. Her name is Logan Laveau. She lives in New York City. I can't even wrap my head around that, honestly. I've never been, and Jesus, I don't want to go, honestly. It seems really insane. But she is in New York City and has been just, surviving just like the rest of us, and has been gaming just as a way to really, I don't want to say cope because that's not the right word, but just
to stay active.
To stay active in her community because she was a very prestigious showgirl. She was voted, I believe, New York City's number. I don't know the titles. I'm not gonna lie. Best burlesque performer there ever has been, essentially. And when you go from being someone who thrives on a social venue and COVID hits, you got to do something.
Right.
So we had a lovely time talking with her, and Mac was very quiet then for the same reason he's very quiet now. He has a little bit of a sinus infection. We got him COVID tested. We're completely fine with that. We stuck him, we prodded him, we poked him, everything. Yeah. I told him they needed to, do both nostrils twice. And then after I was like, haha, they just made you suffer. For no reason. Just kidding, I wasn't there. All right, guys, I hope you enjoy this. All right, what's up, you guys? We have a very special guest today. First of all, thanks for joining the Mac and Zach show again, as usual, every Saturday. We love you so much. But we have a very special guest, Logan Laveau, here with us today. Hi, Logan.
Hello. I'm great. Happy to be here. Got my ring light. We're good.
So tell us a little about yourself, Logan. What do you do? Where do you live, if you're comfortable revealing that? What's your jam?
Yeah. So I'm a burlesque performer, mostly. I live in New York City. And in addition to that, I am a costume maker and an illustrator and a little bit of everything else. In addition to recently DMing.
So what kind of got your the fire lit under you for DMing? What is your origin story? Tell me your origin story. for DMing?
Well, originally the first campaign kind of that I ever did, it was just a one shot, just like a few hours long, but it was for my partner's birthday, who has been DMing for our little group for years and never gets to play a character himself ever. So I was like, okay, for you, I will do this. And I was so nervous, but I mean, whatever, you just make the whole thing up. So, you know, once I kind of figured that out, I was like, oh, this isn't so bad. I get why people do this. But yeah, definitely after that first one, I was like, all right. The soup is cooking.
I'm in a similar situation, always a DM. I never really get to play in too many games.
Yeah.
That is
tragic.
Like, I can definitely understand. That's awesome that you did that for him, because that is something that a lot of us here, like Mac too. Mac that never gets to play either. Always a DM. And
so sad.
Such a value thing. No, that's awesome. So how long have you been DM? Is it a year, 2 years, 25 years?
That was a little over a year ago.
Okay.
So I think at this point it's been like, yeah, a little over a year.
Okay. And over the past years, how many campaigns have you run, you think?
Just two. Well, okay. So I have the one shot that I started with, but then during pandemic, I started doing another weekly one, not really knowing that it was going to be a weekly one at the beginning. I kind of had the idea of just doing another one shot, but then it ended up going on forever. And now it's like 5 different chapters of a campaign. So kind of 1.5, I guess.
Okay.
I'm just not really sure where it's going to end or if it is ever going to end.
It doesn't ever need it. You just go
it's at the point now where things are kind of like, oh, I can like make these things make sense together that we did like months ago and seem really smart.
Everything is calculated. At least
right. That's what they gotta think.
So have you found that the group that you're role playing with, are these people who have always played Dungeons and Dragons, or is it something that's been kind of like a rediscovered thing from the pandemic?
The group that I'm in, there's 5 players pretty regularly, and it's a mix, you know. My partner is one of my players, and he's, you know, been playing for years. But most of the other ones are maybe, you know, have like a little bit of experience, but like not a lot. And one of them is completely new. But, you know, it's fun because like when you have a player that's completely new at it, like sometimes they have really good questions that like other people don't.
New insight, new point of view.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Or like, why don't things work that way? Good question.
So out of a personal question, so do you go for the rule of cool or the rules as written?
Rule of cool. I hate rules, honestly. Like I will
suggestions.
Yeah. Just because me personally, my memory is not so good. So like having to remember all of these crazy things for every like encounter, every battle, I'm like, like if it seems to make sense in theoretical physics kind of way, then like, why not roll for it?
Oh yeah, no, I have whenever I do a session, there's like pages of notes written out that's just like, this is what you do here, please remember this, don't forget this is how this interaction works when they mention this, etc., etc. Like the list goes on, because I will forget everything. I
have like the highest blessing of all, which is one of my players is like, you know, she's actually been like my best friend since we were, I don't know, 10. And she's like a Harvard graduate and super smart. And also the best note taker I have ever met in my entire life. Her notes are like a novel. Like every session we have, she has like these like 6 pages of like beautifully typed, like, you know, quotes from people and like you know, what everybody got. And
Until we hear the minutes from last game.
right. I was like,
Awesome.
I could not pay someone enough to do this.
Better tell her that people will pay her to do that.
I know.
Professional game. What would that be? It's not a moderator, but I guess observer. Just keep
Right.
record.
Like the stenographer in the
perfect.
back.
There we go. That's perfect. The way to.
And like she still manages to like role play and be engaged at the same time. I'm like, I can barely type a sentence while thinking about the sentence. Like my notes for my games before I play them are like 3 lines, like this person here, this person here, this person mad.
I am I'm not a horrible improviser, but I'm a horrible liar. So it's like, he's making this up. We know it.
I gotta say, like the whole like improvising / lying is a lot easier when you're not actually like looking at people's faces.
Oh, yeah, you hide behind the screen. It's just like, all right, yeah.
Right. Well, we're just doing it through Discord, like through audio. So, you know, we're not looking at each other necessarily.
Yeah. Would you, if given the opportunity, do this as in a professional setting? Would this be something you can find yourself doing during the pandemic as a source of income, or is this something that you think you would take the pleasure?
Well, you know, it's hard to say because I mean, really, I have been trying to do whatever I can to make money in the pandemic. So, like, if someone's offering me money to do something, I'm hard pressed to say no. Yeah. But I would kind of like question why they would ask me because like I said before, my memory's not great. So like while I run a fun game, it's not like, you know, if someone's gonna be like recording the game for like ever and ever and ever and following along, it's probably gonna sound pretty janky if you like actually connect the dots.
How often some people love things that are janky.
Well, in that case, someone pay me.
Culture can be described as janky. Everything is goofy. It's, you know, fun loving. It's nothing that's meant to take itself too seriously. So
right.
You'd be surprised how much of an audience there is for that, guys. So something we try to ask all of our guests is, and it kind of works into something me and Mac always say at some point, gaming saved our life. How has gaming enriched your life through the pandemic? Has it been something just to occupy the time? Has it been anything like, for me personally, I paint quite a bit, and I, you know, play a lot of different games, of course, and I also, you know, through my life, I've suffered with depression and things like that. You know, of course, I see a psychiatrist and things like that. A lot of times that goes hand in hand with epilepsy. And so gaming in several ways has saved my life. And I think I can speak for Mac when I say same for him, you know, not necessarily the depression stuff, just you know, gaming has saved his life. So how has gaming affected you? What has it done for you?
I mean, I wholeheartedly agree that it is very good medicine for the brain. I mean, like, especially during the pandemic, because, you know, like I said earlier, I'm not seeing these people in meet space. So, you know, like just being able to connect and like forge like not only a meaningful relationship like with your friend, but also like with their character or like, you know, like with each other's characters, and like you're kind of getting 2 social bonuses in one. You know, it's great. It like, you know, it makes me tear up a little bit because I'm kind of like, D&D is so important for just like teaching empathy and like practicing, you know, just being a person. And like the fact that it's in a fantasy world is kind of irrelevant because it's all, you know, it's all just people.
Yeah, you're still people making real decisions. You know, even if those decisions are whether to hide or fight the dragon.
Right. And like
require social skills. Like it's just, it kind of taught me how to. I mean, when I was a kid, I was painfully shy, like hide behind my mom's leg, kind of shy. So it kind of helped me, also being forced into working retail, helped me come out of my shell quite a bit.
Oh God, retail. You need all the help you can get.
I've been in retail management for 9 years now.
Wow.
I'm 26. So it's just like I kind of got plunged into that, and I'm like, all right, no more being shy. Deal with it.
Right. Yeah.
D&D was the healthier side of that, as opposed to people screaming at you.
Right.
Luckily, people.
I mean, for me, it's like people like assume that I'm super, super extroverted because, like, as a burlesque performer, I'm literally getting naked on stage in front of however many people. But like,
yeah.
Yeah, like you would think, and like I am to a certain extent, but at the same time, like I don't really get the kind of interactions with people that I do when I'm playing D&D, because like I don't really like to go out much, like when I'm not performing. Well, especially not this year doesn't count, obviously. But yeah, like I don't tend to go out much because I like I get my social fill and then I just stay at home. So like it's really nice to be able to like have that instead of being pressured to like go out and be like in a bar or something. I was one of those kids in high school. It's like I don't have to go to a party and like drink to have a good time. I can just sit at home and play Resident Evil with my friend.
That is super cool, and that is a really cool insight. That being someone who is a burlesque dancer, you're not automatically like living your life for the spotlight, even though the spotlight is very much on you at your work. That's a really cool.
And right now.
And right now, the ring.
But yeah, I mean, like as much as I enjoy the spotlight, because like I wouldn't do it if I didn't. You can't be like on all the time. Right. A lot of people expect performers to be like that person their whole life, and it's like that's exhausting. That's so much makeup.
I'm sorry that I wasn't much of the interview, but no, I wanted to say just kind of poignant moment. I feel very similar to you when it comes to role playing games, because that is my jam. That's the part of the hobby that I love the most. I think
that's
monsters and board games are fun and stuff like that, but I feel like you get a very good, like sometimes almost very honest interpretation of someone when they are able to hide behind a mask of fantasy. And
right.
I really dig that part of role playing, because like you can for a couple bits be this other person, but every single person that you portray always has a little bit of that person in it. And I really like that, and you get to see that when someone plays at the table and like really puts it out on the table. So I don't know, just when you were talking about how it is really affected you and how it's part of you, and I can truly appreciate that. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for including
it's rewarding as
with you playing D&D and stuff now, do you have any aspirations for doing some type of cosplay? Because you are a costume maker, also based off of any of the characters that are in your game.
It's so funny that you said that, because so the one professional D&D session that I've done was I did a like table play. It was like filmed for Dwarven Forge. It was a couple years ago, but it was super fun, and we all dressed up as our characters, and I had like these demon horns, so I played this tiefling, and like it was all very like purple and all this stuff, and then like I've kind of just like had this demon character that I use for burlesque kind of like all the time since then. Actually, this shirt is like a shirt that I designed.
But yeah, Logan, we wanted to say thank you so much for being a part of the show, and we really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do this. Is there anything that you personally might be working on that you can let our guests know about, or maybe ways that our guests could follow you, social media wise, or anything like that?
Sure. Yeah. I am on Instagram and Twitter, and pretty much any other thing that you can find me on. It's always Logan Laveau, Laveau, @Logan Laveau. I've also got a fan site if you guys will ever want to check that out. It's a little bit more risque, but burlesque and all that. But yeah, you can check out my website, see examples of my videos and costuming and things. I also do illustrations. If anyone ever needs a D&D character drawn, I have examples of my art on my website too.
Okay, so you do character commissions. That's really cool.
Yeah.
No, that is really cool.
Yeah, I've done a bunch of them. And I mean, D&D characters are always the most fun to draw, so.
Hopefully, like, all of our guests will be like, oh my God, did someone say character commission?
I can draw anything.
That is the attitude. I can draw it. I can't draw anything. I can't draw that.
I technically went to school for it, but here
yeah.
I am not being an illustrator.
I don't know. I feel like you used that word technically, and I feel like we could probably take that word out of that sentence, and it still works. I went to school for that.
I do have an illustration BFA.
Didn't technically go. You did it. You put the work in, and you did it.
I forget that I did it because I don't really, I'm a burlesque performer now. I don't really know how we got there, but here we are.
You did it, and that kind of commitment to finish any kind of learning curriculum of any kind, it's something to be proud of, definitely. Because
it wasn't easy.
The first time I went to school, I dropped out. I'm back in school now, but I mean, I'm taking it slow just because I got to pay rent.
Yeah.
Can't be in school all the time.
But once again, Logan, we want to say thank you for being on the Zach and Mac show. Really
thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. This was fun. I always love talking about nerd stuff.
Awesome.
No, it's one of my prides in life to make this guy like. We hope you found the interview informative and entertaining. Welcome back. So, Logan was super fun to interview. Very high-spirited, very bubbly. Kind of like, you ever meet one of those people with like an infectious attitude?
Yeah.
Like if you're having a rough day, it's just like, okay, well this person kind of cheered me up. Not because they did anything, just because like their vibe kind of got under you.
And you can't help but smile.
Yeah, exactly. I that day, that was we started the interview at 9:30 at night, and I woke up the previous day at 7 p.m. That was after kind of like I was getting over my little food poisoning fiasco. But I woke up at 7 p.m. and I couldn't get back to sleep, so I woke up at 7 p.m. Tuesday and just didn't go back to sleep. And so that was like 26 hours later. And if any of y'all have ever met me, I love sleep. I adore sleeping. I got all these people that come to me, it's like, dude, I just can't sleep at night. I'm so busy. I'm like, buddy, give me a pillow. So, no, she was super fun, and definitely, like, her energy gave me the energy to really have a good interview and good conversation. So that's a trait in a lot of people that I really can appreciate, because I find myself as a lot of times more calm and like easier to like be tired and fall asleep. So that being said, again, hope you love the interview, but even more so, hope you love getting free stuff.
Free stuff.
Free stuff time. Would you hand me the first item, the little white box? I guess it doesn't matter. They're not numbered. All right, this is if you've ever called a Midwesterner's home and the dad answered, this is the company. He said yellow. It's Yellow Games, and this is essentially their like small game collection. This is Ninja Academy. Actually, they call it the mini games. But there's still a lot of fun. There's like a lot of replayability on them. I don't like to put anyone in a mini box. But cool. Just a cool balancing game. Ninja Academy is just something that you can play real quick and just has a good bit of depth to it as well. Just because the whole thing they do with that is easy to learn, hard to master, and that's of course where a lot of producers go these days. But this is, I could definitely say, the definitive of that. They've done such a good job. And they have like 12 other games of this vein, including what is it? Cat Tempura? Tempura Sushi? I think Tempura, Kitty Tempura. There it is. It's kitten chefs making sushis. So we're gonna do a lovely drum roll, and we're gonna get Calculatron 5000 to That's what I'm looking for. To pick. This is... Are we live?
Should be.
Are you here?
Yeah.
Okay, they're still in the interview. Wow, that's lag. Oh, they just came back. Okay. Sorry. That's a little fourth wall breakage for you. So, who's going to win this one, folks? I can't just go and go and go and go on. Who do we got, Will?
We've got... Where's it? We got Joe.
Joe Moran. I can never pronounce your name properly. Is it Moran? So, congratulations, buddy. Your losing streak is over.
Congratulations.
We will have that behind the counter for you. I guess you're probably coming in tomorrow, so I'm working tomorrow, so I guess I'll see you then, because y'all usually come and play Pokemon. The dungeon... Dan, I agree. The dungeon one is really cool. I like that one a lot. Ray, I haven't had good sleep since sleeping in school desk at EJ. Dude, the desks there were comfortable. I don't know what it was. Did you ever get the church sleeping going, like when you're doing this, and you just like have your eyes closed? Miss Guillory was ready to smack the everything out of me one day. She was so mad. All right, so let's see. What do we got next? Let's grab... Oh, there we go. Orc Olympics. You may have heard of this. This is in a parallel universe. The orcs have organized the Olympic Games, but they're not your traditional Olympic Games. It includes pillaging, bonking people on the head, pushing them down the stairs, everything. And of course, some humans were invited, but like they're irrelevant.
Because they all get bonked.
They get bonked on. As a young Michael Lemaire told me during my first Pokemon tournament, get bopped, son. Yeah. I won that game. So, let's see who this one goes to. Roll, buddy. All right. Charles Vernado. Sweet. I hope the family enjoys this one.
Yeah.
It's 2 to 5 players, so I don't know how many kids he has. I think he has 3. No, 2. I know it's Connor, and I don't know the other one's name. Charles, what's your kids' names?
But I think it's just enough for him.
Yeah, I think this will be a winner for him. This will be fun.
Yeah.
Something small, something to do at the kitchen table. All right. The third one. All right. This is The Princess Bride. I Hate to Kill You. Now, I'm not going to lie. I saw this on the shelf, and I saw Princess Bride, and I'm like, someone's going to like this.
Yeah.
I don't know how to play it. I hope you like it. Whoever gets it. It looks like a dice-based game. It's a 2-player. It's 1v1.
Yeah. Pretty short.
Oh, it's just dueling.
Yeah.
It's literally just swordplay encounters. You
Yep.
get 2 characters and they fight. That's really cool.
Yeah. Pretty straight up. Just roll the dice, play the cards.
There's 12 sword dice,
Yeah.
5 health cards, 50 move cards. Okay, so this is... You got a lot. You got the moves. Captain Falcon, show me your moves. Sorry, I had to. So let's see. Who is going to get this lovely one? You doing? Still with me? All right. Let's see. Going. Oh, he's gone. All right. Who's got this one? Sorry, my app closed out. Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry, I had to reinitialize. It's a little thing I use on my phone. Raymond Rehage, my man who went to EJ with me. It was a fun time.
Well, this is a fun little, cute
Also,
little fun game.
I'm just seeing this. Nah, dude, I didn't carry straight up folded arms drooling on the desk. Oh, I love it, dude. Like I had to be sneaky with it because I'm like some of the teachers, like Ms. Barnes. I was her grandson's friend, like we grew up together, so she would smack me because I knew we were in middle school. Like it was just like walk up, like wake up.
Well, that's a cool little game.
This is cool. I hope you enjoy it, man. I hope I'll see y'all either tonight or tomorrow to come pick it up.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we have gone over time, and that's okay. I feel like that's okay. I feel like we had a lot of content today. I feel like there was a lot to talk about, especially with the Magic and the Death Guard going on. I'm so excited about Vornaclex. But, yeah, guys, we appreciate y'all tuning in. We appreciate y'all helping to make this a good show. I couldn't do it without you. Because as fun as it is to talk to nobody, I do it on the daily. It's not that fun.
Not that fun.
let's see. Any last minute questions before we log off and I can get back to the store? Because Gary's, I'm sure, cursing my name by now.
Raising his fist to the sky.
He's like, Zach, you talk too much. Which is really accurate if you've ever talked to me in the store. All right. Well, I hope everyone has a great evening. Come visit us. Oh, did I mention a little something called a flash sale?
Flash sale.
25% off for our viewers of all of the WizKids paint sets from Vallejo.
Wow.
So they have a lot of them to pick from.
Yeah.
If you just need something to round out your collection. Or I think we have one of the giant intermediate boxes left if you're looking to really just dive into Vallejo's colors.
Yeah.
And the intermediate one's one with all the inks, with all the technical effects, and I think it also has the paint on primers in there.
Yeah.
And of course comes with a brush, a Vallejo brush.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't neuter the brush too, which I was pretty happy about. Vallejo makes good brushes.
Okay.
When I say neuter the brush, I mean like they didn't. If you've ever done a paint night with me, those little brushes they include in there, it's not one of those. Like it's a very good quality brush. But come get some paint. Come by the store, say hi.
Yeah.
We hope we can say hi to y'all tonight or tomorrow. I'll be there both days, all night, all day. And yeah, I hope you have a great weekend. What about you, Will? Anything to say before we leave?
New Mac.
New Mac.
Yeah.
New Mac. It's okay.
But yeah, so we hope we see you tonight because I'll be up there.
Yep, I will be there. I know there's a group that are playing Malifaux tonight, so if anyone is interested in looking at the game and seeing it, and especially seeing it by two, I'm not going to name their names, but two very talented painters, like people I am envious of as far as their skill goes. And of course, you'll know them if you go. You got to go to see it.
Yeah.
But they're going to be there playing, and just don't tell them I invited you to watch their game because that's rude. But I am who I am. What can we say? All right, guys. Y'all take it easy. Have a great night. Let me double check comments, make sure no one's gone. No one's in. I'll be there. If you're interested in that game. Okay, cool. We'll see Ray. And then we'll see Joe tomorrow. All right. See you later, man. Hope y'all have a great night. Peace out. Deuces. Don't forget to yeet yourselves into the next dimension. Later, guys.